Hey all, Richard Nelson here with the Commonwealth Policy Center, and I am at the Kentucky Capitol today. Today is Friday, February the 14th, and we are here to interview a few legislators who are sponsoring important bills that affect all of us. So come on along, and we're going to go see them in their offices soon. Hi, Richard Nelson here with the Commonwealth Policy Center, and I am in the office of State Representative James Tipton. And Representative Tipton has introduced House Bill 37, which would remove churches from being required by state law to collect sales tax when their food is sold at a church-related event. So, Representative Tipton, first of all, thank you for introducing this bill. I guess I'm going to start with this. Are churches even aware that in certain circumstances they're required to collect sales tax when food is being sold?
Sure. I would say the overwhelming majority of churches are not. And I filed this bill last year as well. We started a conversation about this, and I think many churches were shocked. And this bill would apply not only to churches, but any nonprofit. And it could be more than food. I know one church has a basketball league, and they charge a fee for the students to have a jersey, for the referees. That would also be subject to collecting sales tax. It could be if you charge a fee for books for a Sunday school class, that could also apply. I think many of them just do not. Now, in statute, I believe as long as they don't have $6,000 in sales, they're not subject to collecting the sales tax. It recently got raised a little bit. Okay. However, once they reach that $6,000 plateau, they have to collect sales tax from all the way into the future. Even the next year, they don't collect $6,000. So a little technical stuff there. It's not going to cost the state a lot of money. The fiscal note estimates the state would lose $4.3 million a year. However, given the fact that I don't think most churches know they're required to do this and probably aren't collecting it and sending it in, I think it would have almost no fiscal impact on the revenue into the state.
Representative Tipton, there is a principle we have in our Constitution of separation of church and state, and that truly is meant to keep the state from meddling in the church's affairs. It prevents the state from instituting a national church or a national religion. But when the state begins to require churches to collect sales tax, one of the concerns is that distinction between the two institutions is breached, and that's an area of concern. My thinking, and tell me what you think about this, wouldn't it create a lot of goodwill between the state, which looks like maybe this is an oversight as to how this got put into law in the first place, but wouldn't it create some goodwill between the state of Kentucky and the churches that probably don't even know they're supposed to require these tax collections?
Absolutely.
Anyway.
You bring up an interesting point. Most people misinterpret the Jefferson letters where he talks about that wall of separation. Well, he was referring to the wall of separation is meant to protect the churches from the state. And that's exactly the situation that we're in right now. And I think, it's not going to cost the state anything, I don't think. And we've got churches and groups out there that are doing public service. They're ministering, they're helping people. And they shouldn't be burdened with this extra burden. Think of we got a lot of small churches. They probably don't have anybody really that's familiar with taking care of this type of bookkeeping and reporting. It's something that needs to be repealed. So that's why we filed House Bill 37 this year. It is a non-budget year. It may be more likely that it would be the 26th session when the budget, but I'm still hopeful. I'm collecting every day. I'm having people ask to co-sponsor the legislation. So if people are out there, they need to reach out to the legislator and encourage in the House, encourage them to co-sponsor House Bill 37.
Very good. And Representative Tipton, we appreciate your time. Thank you for sponsoring this bill and hitting the reset button when it comes to church-state relations and whether churches should collect sales taxes.
Absolutely.
Thank you,
Richard.